earlier was we were doing the different types of atomic radii, I think. Now, in the case of atomic radii, what we have done, can anyone elaborate? Or Agnish, can you tell me what we had done? Himanshu, can you tell me what we had done? In the previous
Transient periodic properties like atomic size, ionic radii, and covalent radii.
Yes, very good. So I was telling you about different type of atomic radii. What we were doing was atomic radii. And in the case of atomic radii, what I told you was that atomic radii is of a number of types. One of them is the covalent radii. Now, covalent radii is present in the molecules, like if I am taking that of hydrogen, because it exists in the form of H2, chlorine, it exists in the form of Cl2. Now, is the covalent radii greater than or larger than the actual atomic radii? Pragya? Is the covalent radii greater than or smaller than the actual atomic radii? Pragya? Pragya, unmute yourself. Pragya? Rohan, can you tell me? Pragya, I am noting your name for not responding.
Ma'am, I don't know, ma'am, because I was absent in last class.
Last class was on Monday and you had enough time because last 2 days class was not there. So you had enough time to revise it. So next time I don't want these excuses. Aryan?
Ma'am.
Yes. Aryan?
Ma'am, could you repeat the question?
My question was that why the covalent radii is smaller than the actual atomic radii. I am modifying the question. Why the covalent radii is smaller than the actual atomic radii?
Ma'am, the covalent radii, ma'am, is smaller than atomic radii because, because it's due to the covalent bonds.
Okay, because actually the what we say is that atomic radii, it is a half the distance between the two covalently bonded atoms. So since there is sharing of electrons, so a particular region is shared between two atoms. And that reason, so this is the reason, or you can draw the diagram. So since there is a shared portion of electrons, so this is the reason that the covalent radii is always smaller than the actual atomic radii. Is it okay? Now the second I was taking was the ionic radii. Now ionic radii is present in the case of anions and cations. Now what happens in the case of anions? Akansha, can you tell me? What happens in the case of anions? Yes. Or cations? Anyone who can choose? Yes, Akansha.
In the case of anions, since the electron is added, thus the ionic radii is larger, and in the case of cations, electron is minused, so the atomic radii is smaller.
Okay, very good. But the basically you told the correct answer, but you said that electrons are added to the valence shell. So what we have to further mention is that the nuclear charge,
that the stronger pull is there when in the case of cations, because the positive ions are more, and in the case of anions there is less nuclear force.
Yes, very good. So electrons are added to the valence shell, but the nuclear charge remains same. So the electrons are attracted with a less nuclear force. Okay. with a less, electrons experience less attraction. You can write in short only. So the electron experience lesser attraction. Like if I am taking the case of Cl and Cl minus, the size of Cl minus will be greater than Cl, because in the case of chlorine, the number of protons or the effective nuclear charge is 17. Number of protons remains same, but in this case, the number of electrons are 17 and here there are 18. So it means that in the case of chloride ion, the size is greater. Why? Because the number of protons remains same, but the number of electron increases. Okay, and these protons are attracting the electrons. So since the number of protons remains same, the electrons experience lesser interaction. Is the point clear? Anyone having a doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now see, in the case of cations, if I have cations, I have already explained to you. If I am taking is sodium plus and sodium, the size of sodium is greater than that of Na plus. Kanak, can you again explain the reason for this? Kanak? Yes, Kanak? Kanak, can you explain the reason? Yes. Agnish, can you explain the reason? Agnish,
Yes, ma'am.
can you explain the reason why the size of sodium plus is smaller than that of sodium?
Ma'am, it's because, ma'am, the number of electrons in ratio of number of protons is, number of electrons is less, so the attraction is more, so the size is less.
The reason for the size of the cation is that because the effective nuclear charge increases. Why it increases? Because of the decrease in number of electrons. Number of electrons are decreasing, but the nuclear charge, you can say, see is that it is remaining same. In both the cases, the nuclear charge is plus 11, but the number of electrons are decreasing. So it means same nuclear charge is able to pull 10 electrons more easily. So this is the reason, because the effective nuclear charge increases. Another reason is that also generally valence shell is removed, but this reason is the main reason, because not always the valence shell is removed. Okay. It means that in the case of ionic compound, we are taking the case of ions, that is anion and cation, but that does not give us a true picture of the atomic size, because the size of anions is always greater and the size of cations is always smaller. Okay. Now the third type of radii is the metallic radii. I am rubbing this. Any doubt you can ask. Now, in the case of metallic radii, what we are taking is the case of metals. Now, in the case of metals, a special type of bonding is there, and that type of bonding is called as metallic bonding. Okay. Now, suppose I am taking it is in the case of metals, having metallic bonding. Now, what is the meaning of atomic radii? Arav Grewal, can you tell me what is the meaning of atomic radii? Arav? Arav Grewal, can you tell me what is the meaning of atomic radii? Arav फिर भाग गया. Aishwarya, can you tell me what is the meaning of atomic radii? कल से कैमरा पूरा टाइम ऑन कराओगी. Okay, what? Yes. What is the meaning of atomic radii? Aishwarya, can you tell me what is the meaning of atomic radii?
Yes, ma'am, the size of an atom.
See, for this you won't be getting any marks.
Ma'am, yeah.
Okay.
Ma'am, the distance between the furthermost electron and the nucleus.
Yes, it is the distance from the nucleus to the portion where the influence of the or where the electrons are present. Okay. Now, in the case of metallic radii, suppose I am taking the first I am telling you what is the meaning of metallic bonding. Now, in the case of metals, what is the unique property of metals? They conduct
Electricity.
electricity. Why they conduct electricity? Because of the flow
Lose.
of electrons. And electricity means flow of electrons. Now, this topic I am explaining it here only so that the metallic radii is clear to you. Now, in the case of metallic bonding, suppose I am taking the case of sodium. Sodium means 281. So, in the case of metal consists metallic bonding involved. Positive kernels surrounded by it involves electrostatic forces of attraction. Metallic bonding involves electrostatic forces of attraction between positive kernels surrounded by a sea of mobile electrons. I am explaining the meaning now. Okay. Metallic bonding involved electrostatic forces of attraction between positive kernels surrounded by a sea of mobile electrons. Now, the meaning of a mobile electrons means, suppose I am taking the case of sodium, and you know that metals have low ion.
Are in motion.
Yes.
Ma'am, mobile electrons means, ma'am, the electrons are in motion now.
Yes, electrons are in motion. Now, see what is the actual meaning of this. See, in the case of sodium, we know that it has only one electron in its outermost shell, and it can easily lose its outermost electron. Okay, so what happens at room temperature only? At room temperature only, sodium has so much of energy that it can lose its outermost electron. So at room temperature, in the case of sodium, it consists of sodium nucleus and outermost it is the configuration is 2,8. We all know the configuration of sodium is 281. Sodium is 281. And when I am taking the case of sodium ion, it will be 2,8. So I am taking the case of sodium ion. The sodium ion means this is my nucleus and there are 8 electrons. Now it can easily lose 1 electron. तो वो electron lose होके गया कहाँ? अगर मैंने कोई भी एक metal की wire ले लिया, I am taking a sodium piece, तो where is this electron present? उसी के अंदर है उसके element में या बाहर चला गया हवा में? If I am taking the iron wire या copper wire, so where is the valence electrons of copper? They are present in the wire itself. है तो वहीं पर ना?
Yes.
हवा में तो नहीं गए ना? So they are present there only, but they are not attracted by the nucleus because it has lost its electron. तो present वहीं है, उस atom के अंदर ही है, but it is at quite a distance from the atom. So in the same case, what I am saying is that at room temperature, it is having so much of energy that it can lose its outermost electron. So its outermost electron is present in the atom only, but it is not attracted by the nucleus. Okay, so this electron I am showing as the outermost electron. So it means it consists of sodium ion, and this is the outermost electron. It is not present in n is equal to 3. It is away from the nucleus. Okay, now, or I can show this as like this also. This is my sodium Na plus ion. If I want to make it easier diagram, it is my Na plus ion, and this is my outermost electron which is free to move. This is my electron which is free to move. Is it okay? So this diagram is tedious, so I am making it like this. Now this is another sodium ion, and it's the electrons. So these, if I am taking any metal atom, it consists of the metal ions which are and near it there are its valence electrons. But valence electrons is not under the influence of the nucleus because it has lost its electrons. Okay. Now what type of force? Iska jo electron, it will be attracted by the sodium ion. There will obviously be certain electrostatic forces of attraction between the positive and negative charges. Electron is negative, sodium ion is positive. So always there are certain forces of attraction. But now these electrons are free to move. I am saying that these electrons are free to move. Okay. Now what is the metallic radii? What do you think? Is this radii greater than or less than the actual radii? What will be the meaning of radii? If I am taking the two nucleus, atomic radii means the distance between two kernels divided by half. This is the meaning of radii. Radii means distance. Yes.
Ma'am, what is the meaning of positive kernel?
पॉजिटिव कर्नल में पॉजिटिव आयन, कुछ भी इसका मतलब नहीं है. कर्नल हमने एक वर्ड यूज किया जिसका मतलब पॉजिटिव आयन. Na प्लस, Na प्लस को हम क्या बोलते हैं? सोडियम आयन.
Okay, ma'am.
This is only called a positive kernel because it is having a positive charge. Okay, so what I am saying is that metallic radii means half the distance. What is the definition of metallic radii? Metallic radii is the half of distance, half of internuclear distance between two metals having metallic bonding. Atomic radii is always the half of internuclear distance. So it is the internuclear distance between two metal kernels. I can write between two metal kernels having metallic bonding. So if this is one sodium ion, this is another sodium ion, the distance, half of the distance between two sodium ions. So that is the meaning of metallic radii. Is the point clear? And we can see that metallic radii is also smaller than the actual atomic radii because certain portion is shared. So generally all the radii are lesser than the actual atomic radii. Is this point clear? So whenever I am taking is the atomic radii, it can either be metallic radii, it can be covalent radii, it can be ionic radii. Now the fourth type, इतनी details बेटा बस ये short questions के हिसाब से करना है, ठीक है? और फिर हम general trend करेंगे. General trend is the same that you have done in your class 9th. Okay. Now the fourth type, metallic bonding, other details we will be doing in the chapter number 5. But introduction part I have told. Now the another type is van der Waals radii. Now just remember that van der Waals radii is present in noble gases. It is present in noble gases. And van der Waals radii, this is a unique thing, it is always greater than actual atomic radii. Its value is quite large. If actual atomic radii is 100, it can be 125. So it is always greater than actual atomic radii. Okay? So it means if I am taking the cationic radii, if I am taking the metallic radii, if I am taking this covalent radii, they are always smaller. But the van der Waals radii is always greater than the actual atomic radii. If I am taking the case of two helium atoms, do you think there is any bonding between them? Noble gases do they form bonds? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
No, there is no bonding because they have a complete outermost shell. So if I am taking is the noble gases, in fact, there is certain repulsion between them. So if the noble gases atoms are quite far away from each other. So if this is one helium and this is the influence of the outermost shell, this is another helium. Now we can see that electrons and electrons, they are always away from each other. Atomic radii means distance from the nucleus to where the influence of electrons is here. So suppose the electrons are present in here only. Okay? But when I am taking is the atomic radii of helium, it is the distance between the two nucleus. हम atomic radii calculate ऐसे करते हैं, distance between the two nucleus divided by 2. And you can see कि actually the electrons यहाँ पर है, but radii कहाँ तक हो गया? Blue portion तक हो गया. Electrons are present
Yes,
in
ma'am.
here, but this distance is more. Half the internuclear distance is more. Atomic radii is generally half the internuclear distance between the two atoms. And in this case, because the two atoms are away from each other, why they are away? Because of the electron-electron repulsion. So two helium atoms are away from each other. So that's why the half of the internuclear distance always increases.
Excuse ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, noble gases do not form bonds. Ma'am, how does He2 exist?
But at this point, I won't be able to take right now, but I can take, okay, when we are doing the ionization energy, then I will be taking it in short.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, details are there in class 12. So if you want, I can explain you afterwards the class. Okay. So generally in the atomic radii, these are all short questions. Why? ऐसा नहीं कि इतनी सारी details पूछी जाएगी. So you will be simply asked what is the trend of atomic radii and why the van der Waals radii is greater and so on. Okay, so van der Waals radii is always greater than the actual atomic radii because noble gases, because atoms of, you can write, because atoms of noble gases are always far away from each other. Because the atoms of noble gases are not closely bonded or they are far from each other.
Ma'am, then how do we calculate the actual atomic radius?
Actual atomic radii is not the always here. It's never we are taking the actual atomic radii. If it is like, I am now explaining the points, just wait. Now see, if I am taking the periodic group second elements, if I am taking the period second period elements, now what are the period 2 elements? Lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. And then in the end, we have got is neon. So what we are going to study now is the trend along a period. Now, as we are moving along a period, lithium is a metal. So lithium का जब हम atomic radii लेंगे, that will be the actual the metallic radii. But all these are non-metals, or in these case, we are actually taking either is the covalent radii, or in the if they are taking the case of ions, we are taking the ionic radii. So in short, in the case of lithium and beryllium, because what we are taking is metallic radii. Okay, but in the case of others, we know that carbon covalent bond बनाते हैं, nitrogen is
covalent.
So in all these there are covalent bonds. So what we are taking is the covalent radii. And what we know is that always a metallic radii as well as covalent radii is greater than or smaller than the actual atomic radii. Yes. Is the metallic radii smaller? I am always telling you only the van der Waals radii is greater than the actual atomic radii. But the metallic radii or the covalent radii, they are always smaller than the actual atomic radii. Okay, but whenever we are taking the case of neon, what we will be taking is the van der Waals radii. But in general, all these come under the atomic radii. है तो सब atomic radii ना, but the method of calculation is different. In the case of metals, we have to calculate by, because they have a metallic radii, they are metals, so we have to take into account metallic radii. In the case of covalent molecules, what we have to take is the covalent radii. And in the case of noble gases, what we are taking is the van der Waals radii. Because this is noble gases, we can't calculate the covalent radii or metallic radii. We can only calculate is the van der Waals radii. Is it okay? So, but when we are doing a general trend, we never write what radii we are taking. We are simply expressing them as the atomic radii. And what is the general trend of atomic radii? What is the general trend? It decreases. It decreases on moving along a period. Atomic radii generally decreases. और अगर किसी को ना बाकी सारे में कोरिलेट करने में प्रॉब्लम हो रही है तो आप केवल यहीं से टॉपिक स्टार्ट करना एंड जस्ट रिमेंबर दिस डेफिनेशंस, दैट्स ऑल. ठीक है, once you are doing the revision second time, then you will be able to correlate actually. Atomic radii generally decreases down along a period. What is the reason? Why atomic radii generally decreases along a period? Class 9 topic. Yes, Shivansh or Shashwat, can you answer it?
Ma'am, please repeat the question.
Why the atomic radii generally decreases along a period?
Ma'am, because valence electrons increase and so do the protons in the nucleus, so the attraction between the valence shell and the nucleus increases, so it becomes smaller.
So what we can say is that the reason is because of the increase in effective charge. Okay, while screening effect remains same. Or even if you are not mentioning the screening effect, it's okay. Because of the increase in effective nuclear charge, electrons are pulled more towards the nucleus. Okay, now see, I am just explaining by taking two cases. If I am taking the case of lithium, beryllium, and boron, and same is the trend. In the case of lithium, it is +3, it is +4, it is +5. And now it is the number nuclear charge. है ना? Atomic number of lithium is 3, beryllium is 4, and boron is 5. So it means that how many electrons are there in the case of lithium? 2 and 1. Now, what we are knowing is that in the case of beryllium, electrons are added to the same shell, that is the second shell. Electrons are added to the second shell. In this case, the electrons are, no need to drop, just to understand. In this case, the electrons are again added into the second shell. So here the valence shell contains 1 electron. Here it is containing 2 electrons. And here it is containing 3 electrons. तो what we know, अच्छा एक चीज बताओ, अगर ये सनलाइट है, ये लाइट है, अगर लाइट जितना इस रीजन पे है, हर तरफ सेम ही होगी ना. इफ द लाइट इज ए सेंटर ऑफ अ सर्कल, तो लाइट हर जगह सेम होगी या कम होगी? इट विल बी सेम. तो हमारा इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है, चाहे एक इलेक्ट्रॉन हो, 2 हो या 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है, बट दे आर ऑल अट्रैक्टेड बाय द न्यूक्लियस. तो अगर न्यूक्लियर चार्ज ज्यादा हो गया, +5 हो गया, तो इट मींस इस इलेक्ट्रॉन पे भी सेम है. It is not depending upon the number of electrons. So because the valence shell is same, it is n is equal to 2 in all the cases. So nucleus can easily attract +3 को 1 electron attract करने, लेकिन +5 को 5 electrons attract करने. So in which case the attraction will be more? Is it depending upon the number of electrons because the electrons are in the same shell, or it is depending upon the nuclear charge?
Both.
न्यूक्लियर चार्ज.
यहाँ पर देखो लाइट है, यहाँ पर 1% बैठा हो या 2% हो गए, सनलाइट तो यहाँ जितनी इसको मिल रही है उतनी ही इसको मिलेगी ना, कम तो नहीं हो जाएगी. एक और आ गया. तो सनलाइट सेंटर में है, जितनी इसको सनलाइट मिलेगी, दिस पर्सन इज आल्सो गेटिंग द सेम सनलाइट, दिस पर्सन इज आल्सो गेटिंग द सेम सनलाइट. तो ये नंबर ऑफ पर्संस की जगह किसके ऊपर ज्यादा डिपेंड कर रहे हैं? सन के ऊपर.
Ma'am, we are talking about the valence shell attraction, no? Like electrons in valence shell are getting attracted towards the nucleus.
What I am saying is that it is basically जो nucleus है, that is attracting the electrons. So if the nuclear charge is more, obviously the attraction will be more. Electrons के ऊपर इतना depend नहीं कर रहा, because the number shell is same. सारे electrons they are present in n is equal to 2. So basically it is depending upon the nuclear charge. जैसे लाइट है, अगर मैंने लाइट को इंक्रीज कर दिया, तो ईच ऑफ द पर्सन विल गेट द मोर लाइट. आपने बल्ब जला दिया, लाइट बल्ब है, बहुत it is if the bulb is not giving much energy, तो इनको कम लाइट मिलेगी. अगर बल्ब हमने पावरफुल लगा दे तो each of them is getting more energy, more light. So same is the case here. If I am increasing the nuclear charge, each of the electron will be attracted more towards the nucleus. So that's what I am saying is that because of the effective nuclear charge, effective means the one which is each electron is getting. So if you are increasing the nuclear charge, each of the electron is getting more nuclear charge and they will be more attracted by the nucleus. Is it okay? So in general, the atomic radii generally decreases along a period. But now here is a catch. Whenever we are taking the atomic radii, आप कभी भी देखो कि आपको lithium से fluorine तक ही given होता है. It's neon is never taken. Why neon is not taken? Because in the case of neon, what is here?
Van der Waals radius.
Always it is greater. अगर आप proper radii के हिसाब से देखोगे तो neon का radii is always greater than the radii of other atoms. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you have to keep in mind that in the case of noble gases, the radii is always greater. 1 marker question, because in noble gases they are not forming a bond, and here we are taking is the van der Waals radii. Even if you are writing simply in the case of noble gas, we are taking one at van der Waals radii, 1 mark will be given to you. Okay, so you can see in your NCERT table number 3.6. Whenever we are taking the atomic radii, you can see this table. They are taking only from lithium to fluorine. Is it okay? They are taking from lithium, taking into account the atomic radii. Here they have also written that atomic radii of noble gases are not considered because being monoatomic, their values are quite large. Is it okay? The atomic radii are very large. So we cannot compare the radii of the noble gases with the covalent radii. Okay, so we hardly do any comparison. So generally what we say is that atomic radii decreases along a period. So what they are not considering are the noble gases. We do not compare them because there is no comparison. It is very, very large. Is the point clear? Now what we are going to do is a trend along down a group. Down a group. Now down yes.
मैम ये वाइट स्क्रीनिंग इफेक्ट तो समझ नहीं आया, ये क्या होता है वाइट स्क्रीनिंग इफेक्ट?
स्क्रीनिंग इफेक्ट मैं भी इसमें बताऊंगी आपको. आई विल बी एक्सप्लेनिंग टू यू. ठीक है, अच्छे से कराओगे, डोंट वरी. नाउ इन द केस ऑफ अ ग्रुप, नाउ सपोज आई एम टेकिंग इज द केस ऑफ ग्रुप 1. Group 1 means hydrogen. Generally we don't take lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium. Okay, so what we are seeing is that atomic radii generally increases down a group. Last element is francium that we don't consider, which is radioactive. Or if you write, you can write with the francium also. But generally we are taking till here cesium. Cs means cesium. Okay, so atomic radii generally increases down a group. Okay, now there are two reasons for this. I am writing down a period. Now there are two reasons for it. One reason, can anyone tell me what is the reason? Pragya is there now?
Ma'am.
Pragya? Pragya? Okay, Himanshu?
Ma'am, because number of energy shells are added up and the valence vector lie farther and farther away from.
Okay, now the first reason is because of increase in number of shells. Increase in number of shells. In the case of lithium, the configuration is 2-1. Here it is 2-8-1, 2-8-8-1, and so on. Okay, so as here only 2 shells are there, here 3 shells are there, here 4 shells are there. So because of the increase in number of shells. Another reason is that effective nuclear charge. What happens to the effective nuclear charge on moving down the group?
Decreases.
Decreases.
It decreases. Okay, why it decreases?
Number of shells are greater.
Okay, effective nuclear charge decreases down the group because of increase in screening effect. Effective nuclear charge, there is a formula, is equal to nuclear charge total minus screening effect. Screening effect is also called as shielding effect. Screening effect is also called as shielding effect. Okay, now what does it mean? What is the meaning of shielding effect? Shielding or screening effect is nothing. We can compare it with a curtain. ठीक है? Now suppose I am taking this one. यहाँ पर मैंने एक curtain लगा दिया. Now since a curtain, obviously I can say I am taking a case of a tissue paper. Now suppose this is my nucleus blackboard. आगे मैंने tissue paper लगा दिया. ठीक है, तो यहाँ ये सामने ही देख लो. This is a curtain here. यहाँ पे ये है. ठीक है, you can see the sunlight is coming. So this is a thin wall. Curtain की तरह ये. अगर इसके आगे मैंने एक और curtain लगा दिया, what happens to the light? Can you tell me? अभी आपको देखो अगर curtain, you can get the complete sunlight. You can see it. Proper lighting you can see. अब this is one curtain. Curtain means एक shell. Suppose ये K shell आ गया आगे. So what happens to the nuclear charge of the sunlight? Yes.
It becomes less.
It becomes less. Now I am putting one more curtain over here. What happens? It becomes lesser. ठीक है. एक और curtain आगे लगा दे. Then what happens? As the number of curtains increases, जो thin curtains है बहुत, तो as the number of, suppose इसको मैंने एक और इसको आगे और लगा दिया, ठीक है, you can see now this, तो और कम हो गई, इसके आगे एक और लगा दे, तो it will become more fainter. तो as the number of curtains are increasing, the sunlight is becoming lesser and lesser. Is the point clear?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ठीक है.
Yes, ma'am.
Now same is the case here. If I am taking this, I am now explaining the meaning of the screening effect. Now this is suppose my nuclear charge plus. Now all this is one curtain. K shell है. Lithium है 281. Now this is one of the curtain here. I can say. Or should I draw it with another pen? Let's wait. Okay. Now this is a curtain here. ये मेरा एक curtain है. ठीक है. अब यहाँ तक पहुंचते एक ही curtain है. Now see the second case. This is the case of lithium. Now in the second case, it is having two curtains because sodium is 2, 8 and 1. So this is 2. This is one curtain. Now this is another curtain. And then this is the valence shell. So in which case the screening or curtain effect curtains are more? In the case of sodium? So in the case of sodium, screening effect is more. Screening effect means जो outermost electrons है, they are shielded from the nuclear charge. क्योंकि यहाँ पर 10 electrons अंदर आके 2 layers आगे, तो यहाँ तक पहुंचते पहुंचते effective nuclear charge will be less. ठीक है. In the case of potassium, how many curtains are there? There are 3 curtains. So it means the nuclear charge of potassium is not able to reach the outermost electrons. So more is the screening effect, lesser will be the effective nuclear charge. The effective nuclear charge means total nuclear charge minus screening effect. Calculations are done. Calculations are obviously not in our syllabus. They are experimentally based. So what we can see is that if the screening effect increases, effective nuclear charge will decrease. So effective nuclear charge depends upon the total nuclear charge as well as the screening effect. Is the point clear? So what we say is that as we are moving from lithium to sodium to cesium, effective nuclear charge is decreasing. So the outermost electrons are lesser attracted, so the size increases. Or a simple reason you can write is the increase in the number of shells. लेकिन जब हम period की बात कर रहे थे, period means 2, 1, 2, 2, तो हम देख रहे हैं कि अंदर केवल एक ही curtain है सब में. जिसमें 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स प्रेजेंट है. So that's why I told you that in the case of period, screening effect does not change. क्योंकि electrons are added to one shell only. Number of shells are remaining same. But here the number of shells are increasing, that is the curtains are increasing. So the effective nuclear charge decreases. So this is the general trend down a group and along a period. Okay. Now, so should I share with you the link of the test? Okay. So I am sharing it here only. In the post, you can see. I hope this topic is clear to you. Just wait, I am just copying the link and putting it in the Teams. Okay. Can you see the link? All of you have got the link?